Mr. Russell Wilson, Mr. Superstar, Mr. What do they call him? What does he call himself? What does he call himself? Yeah, that one. Anyway,
Dangerous.
he's back. I'm happy he's back. If you were in our group chat between me, Sean, Derek, and Justin, I was gloating about how awesome I am about calling this. Kind of. I don't understand why people are upset that Russell Wilson is good. He was good last year, and he got benched because of contract reasons. And he had a very good season last year with what he had, with the weapons he had. We talk about Drake May doesn't have weapons, or Patrick Mahomes doesn't have weapons. No one talks about Russell Wilson's weapons last year at all, being literally zero. In that time last year, he had his highest completion percentage since 2020, 66.4%. I mean, that's pretty damn good, better than a couple guys that you guys drafted. Last season, he only threw for over 3,000 yards. That's it, 3,070. Again, benched early because of contractual situations. He had 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions last season. I don't know, pretty good to me. You guys drafted Baker. He threw 10. He only threw 2 more touchdowns in more games. Mahomes threw 27 touchdowns, only one more than Russ, threw more interceptions. Trevor Lawrence was being drafted heavily this season, threw less touchdowns than Russell Wilson, way more interceptions. I just think the Russ. Oh, by the way, last stat: Russell Wilson had the most fourth quarter comeback wins last season for the Denver Broncos. Number one in the league. No other quarterback had more fourth quarter comebacks. It's just, you hear the goofiness of him and him doing these stretches on the plane and doing that. Oh, whatever it may be, he's just a goofy dude. But people just took that and ran with it, and the hate went too far, and we forgot that he's actually a really good quarterback. I think the Broncos were a situation where they were off, and the whole offense was off, and the whole team was off, and it was just a functional franchise. We can see what he can do with a real quarterback, or with a real coach, and a real franchise with real receivers. This is great news for Pickens. This is great news for Russ. This is great news for every single player. That team looked like new. Najee Harris was running like I've never seen him run before. They are all behind Russ. At least I am, as you can tell. Grab Russ. I think he's the number one pickup if you need a quarterback this week. Super flex leagues, if you didn't pick him up last week, he's only rostered 9% of leagues. He's a guy I'm targeting number one overall. I already spent all my money on him last week, so it is what it is. Justin
Cool.
Fields. Justin Fields hate over or sadness over here, Justin.
It's just it's a bummer.
It's great.
For fantasy for fantasy quarterbacks, it's a bummer in my opinion. Yeah, Russell Wilson did finish as QB3 this week. Justin Fields has been QB9 for the entire season so far.
It finished top 3 this year.
Fantasy sucks sometimes, and this is just one of those times that it sucks for me. So it's fine.
Pickens had a great game. We're all happy. We should be celebrating.
We all had Russell Wilson in the 20s in rankings. By the way, just went back and looked at it. So and we had Justin Fields much higher than that. So it's fine. I won't quote your rankings back to you from July.
I got you from July. I thought you meant this week. My bad.
No. But yeah, no, Russell Wilson, in all intents purposes, had a great game, and looked great and phenomenal against the Jets, who are 2-5, by the way. Russell Wilson won me a game this week. And then I realized I also had Pickens and Jalen Warren and Pat Freiermuth all starting in that same game, but he did win me a game, so I can't be too mad. The only thing I'm mad about is that all the leagues that I had Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, I've already dropped Russell Wilson, so now I have to go back and try to get him again. So
that's frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating. That's why I am frustrated, because I dropped Russell Wilson 3 weeks ago, and I was like, "There's no way they're going to bench Justin Fields after a 3-0 start."
Yeah, I understand that frustration as well. But that's why you got to keep your head on a swivel. You should have picked him up last week when the whole Russell Wilson's practicing. That's when I knew. That's when we all knew.
I still don't believe that he was going to be QB3 this week. So I thought he was going to. I personally thought he was going to suck. I thought the Jets were going to win. So turns out the Jets they suck.
Yeah, so. Jets are just washed
off
bad.
Their entire team.
Yeah, it makes sense.